these beats that we have coming up, doubles overlap with open hi-hats, and that overlaps with 16th notes and so on. So it keeps changing. What's the best way to practice these beats? Well, you know that we were working on chunks, right? Find out for yourself what the difficult parts of the beat are. Then practice those difficult parts in little pieces and then put it all together. And when you put it all together, make sure you're counting 16th notes out loud, because that'll help everything stay real smooth and in time. We'll be taking a close look at chunks in line 2 and line 4 because they deal with some tricky hi-hat openings, stuff that we haven't done before. But other than that, you're on your own to practice the difficult parts before tackling the whole beat. One last thing. For this last lesson, we're going to incorporate the cymbal finally. Each beat is 2 measures long. For the first hit of the first measure, instead of playing the hi-hat, play the cymbal. So your right hand is going to go like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. The second beat has a double in the bass drum right after the open hi-hat. So when you bring both feet down on the 1, your bass drum foot is going to hit another one right after that. Play this exercise first to get used to it. The next one has 16ths in the bass drum and the snare drum, and an open hi-hat right after the cymbal on 1. The next beat actually has a 16th note in the bass drum that happens while the hi-hat is open. The hi-hat stays open from the and to 3 until 4, and in between the and to 3 and the 4 is the bass drum on the of 3. Let's take a look at what the feet are doing. Here's another way to practice that difficult part. This is a smaller chunk that keeps repeating. Finally, here's a chunk exactly as it appears in the beat. Now here's the whole thing. This beat has a double in the snare drum right before the open hi-hat. This last beat has 6 16th notes in a row. The best way to do it is to just count 16th notes out loud and take it really slow in the beginning, speed it up after you get comfortable with it. Take it slow, count out loud. Trust me. You might ask yourself, how come you can play these beats so well? Well, I'll tell you why. First thing, I wrote them. Because I wrote out the beats myself, I can see what the beats are all about, and that means I'm going to be able to play them better. Take the first beat on the page. That's the only beat that has 2 hi-hats in a row that are just by themselves, the and a 2 and the 3. That means there's no drums, there's a big space in there. I know the space is coming up and I can play it without thinking, isn't there supposed to be something that goes here? No, because there's a big space. Take a look at the page and you'll see for yourself. Second reason I can play these beats so well, I'll say this and stop talking and then start playing, is because I practice every day. I really enjoy it and I can hear myself getting better every day. I'm always making mistakes, but that's okay. You know, if it feels really, really awkward and you're making mistakes, that means you're getting some serious practicing done. If you keep playing the same thing over and over again, you ain't never going to get any better. I hate putting numbers to it because everybody is different, but I practice at least an hour a day, and so should you if you really want to get better. I force myself to practice because at the end of the day, I know I'm going to think back and say, man, I'm really glad I'm practiced today.